Welcome, everyone. We are here today at the Strive305 podcast. You may notice we're in a different set today. That's because our guest today is so tall, he didn't fit in our other studio, so we had to put him here so he can fit and then give him the more relaxed look. Irvans and I are kind of loving this feeling right now. It's very exciting. Isn't it very romantic? I feel romantic. Well, whatever. I'm loving it. But anyways, we're at Strive305 podcast. Very excited today. We have John Kendale with us today, and you're going to love what he has to say. Small businesses, get ready. I had a 5-minute conversation with him, and I am so much more informed now with what I'm going to do with my business, my future, and everything. I can't wait for you guys to hear him. But before we go, let me kick off with our thank yous to our sponsors, Wells Fargo. Thank you for your sponsorship. They sponsor our website.
Thank the money.
And the Strive305 Hub, very important. Mayor Levine Cava. This is her initiative, and she's the one pushing us. And then the man we never mentioned, Manny Sid.
Manny Sid. Manny doesn't like to say his name, so we just say Manny.
He's very humble. So
or Manny Sid, or Sid Manny.
Say it for him. And then, of course, the young man you met today, which I'm sorry, I tried to get you in here without having to meet him. The owner, Grant Miller, and Michael Miller.
Grant Miller here.
Thank you to them for the beautiful studio we have here today.
And backup studio, because...
yeah, this is our backup studio.
This is our backup studio.
I love it.
Not too shabby, though.
I might like this better. But anyway. So also we have an announcement. We have Mayor Levine Cava is coming to us at October 8th, Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce. Go to the MiamiLakesChamber.com website, get your ticket, register, and meet us there. We're going to do a big Strive305.
What date?
October 8th.
October 8th,
11:30 a.m. at the Miami Lakes Hotel.
Very nice.
And we're going to have a big Strive305 little thing going on there too. So I'm super excited about that. And then we also have Elevate Small Business Conference. Irvans, tell us about that, because that's
Small Business Conference being hosted hosted by Commissioner Eileen Higgins. It's for small businesses and entrepreneurs. It's really just an opportunity for them to hear some great speakers, connect with some great resources, some great workshops. You should totally check it out, honestly. Yeah. It's going to be at Miami-Dade College, Wilson campus on October 24th. What day is that, Tico?
My birthday. And he's making me go. Whatever, that's fine. People are going to buy me drinks after.
Like I said, I'm going to buy him a cupcake, but I think it's going to be a great event. You should totally come out, and we hope to see everyone there.
All right, very exciting. I love it. All right, now let's get to you, John. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, I love it. So John Kendall, product manager, small business coach and consultant, 12 years of hands-on experience across product management, operations, marketing, supply chain, and e-commerce. And your claim to fame, at least up to now, is Toppy Toddler USA?
That's correct.
All right. Oh, and also I have something here. I took a note down. I want you to tell us after you're done with the beginning. I want to talk about AI data strategy. That you have that on I believe on your website, right? It's the next big adventure, for small businesses. So if you can get a little bit of that into the topic, I'd love to hear personally myself. And then now we're going to hand it over to Irvans, the smarter, intelligent, better looking one that I mentioned. Did you notice the paparazzi outside? That's all for him.
As you can tell, cool.
All right, go Irvans. I really want to hear what he's got to say. I'm excited about.
So what is what is the name of your business?
The business I sold was called Toppy Toddler.
But right now, like the business you're in, is just John.
It's Kendell Analytics.
Kendell Analytics.
That's correct.
Awesome. And what actually inspired you to become a small business strategy coach?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Tico and you, Irvans, and everybody at the Strive305 team somewhere in here. And of course, our mayor, Danielle Levine Cava. Yeah, I have to get the middle name, and Manny Sid as well, too. And everyone here at the Community News Center. I was actually a single father with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old when I first decided to start my business. And a restaurant cook at the time as well.
Wow.
I poured thousands of hours into doing everything in the business. I built the website. I made the product. It was a toddler bib. I made the product. I did the photography. I did the sales. I did the marketing. I did the social media. I did the accounting. I did the finance. But none of it seemed to grow the business. And on top of that, I was seeing other people in the same industry who seemingly went from zero to what looked like millions of dollars in just a couple of years. And that had me feeling like I didn't have what it took to grow, build a successful business and to succeed.
I know what you're talking about.
I think a lot of us do.
I've had that feeling.
Yeah. And so I didn't want to go back to being a cook. I needed to be there for kids as a solo full-time parent. And so then I went out and got guidance from a mentor. And that completely changed my direction. I cut out all the busy work I was doing because I thought touching up the website, a better this, a better that, a better tool. Today, the equivalent of adding AI would fix my business, would cause me to grow, but none of it seemed to do anything. I cut all that out and only focused on the things that actually grew my business. After that, my business took off. Several years of consistent growth. And then fairly recently, the decision came to play out. It's like, well, do I sell the business? Is it going to take me to retirement? Looking at the market, being analytical. That's what I do. Look at the data, look at the trajectory, look at the resources I have. Is it a good time to sell? And so I just threw it out there, got a great valuation, and I sold. And so after 13, 14 years, from idea to sale, I was successful. And I think that's what most business owners try to, want to do. They want to do what they love, and they want to succeed. They want to make money, of course.
Yeah.
And so after that, today, I'm still that entrepreneur. I'm in developing currently my own. I have a TV series that's been in development for quite some time. Very exciting, very crazy market. TV series in development. I have my own premium water brand. Currently in the opportunity stage. You're trying to find your market, product market fit and so forth. And I'm a small business coach and consultant to people just like me. I help entrepreneurs, solopreneurs cut out the noise, to cut out the busy work that's wasting our time, energy, resources, our money, and help them focus on the things that grow their business.
So the mentee became the mentor.
The mentee became the mentor.
And you did something that I've been struggling with too, but you did something that a lot of people have difficulty doing, which is you made your business, you grew your business, you built your monster. My dad calls it his Frankenstein. I mentioned it to you earlier. You built your Frankenstein, but then you were able to sell it. Usually people cannot give up what they created, even if it makes more sense to sell.
Yeah.
How did you make that decision? How do you make, because I'm having that same issue. I'm stuck in the middle. Is it right? I'm afraid to do numbers because I think the numbers will tell me I'm better off selling than continuing with what I'm doing, and then focus and getting rid of that busy work. I got up at 4:30 in the morning so I can get my busy work done before coming here because it makes me feel like I'm being successful by doing that busy work.
Also, it's part of your identity as a person. Who are you? You are the business.
But the step that you did is huge. How did you get there? How were you able to do it?
Well, it's a money and also looking at the market, right? It's an online business. I'm competing globally. You're competing against Chinese manufacturers. You're competing against everyone. You're competing against businesses that that are backed by venture capitals, or private equity, whatever the case may be. And so the toddler bibs is a commodity.
Yeah, we didn't say
it's a commodity. So
we just said the name.
So let me tell you how to start off. I think this would be very valuable because a lot of us might think our business doesn't match up to what we see out there. So when my son was 2 years old at that time, he was making a mess eating arroz con pollos, right? And here in Miami, that's rice and rice, beans, and chicken, con arroz, frijoles con pollo. And so I used one of my T-shirts to use as a bib, like a cape, but it was on backwards, and it would roll down, and he would just eat it, and it worked. I was like, this is great. Now remember, at that time, none of this stuff existed that we sell on Amazon. None of this stuff existed. It was just the basic baby bibs. So I came up with an idea of another product. I said, let me go to the fabric store. I got my own fabric. Had the lady make a prototype. They took 2 weeks. I had to pay $20. And I was like, look, this can't be complicated. I can use tools. So let me just get a sewing machine from Walmart and do it myself, right? And so I did. Over a period of time, this is the opportunity phase. So I take my clients through what I call the 4O focus. The 4O focus, it's the opportunity stage. And the second one is the objectives. The third is the operations. And the last is the optics, how everything looks. I was talking to Irvans about that. And so in that opportunity phase, I was still trying to figure out if I actually had a product. And one of the first major turning points I had was I went to Miami-Dade, took a class in finance. And in finance class, they always have you put Apple computers and Microsoft, all these big, and I was like, wait, I have a little company that I'm making the product.
So you put your own information.
I put my own information. This is the first time I didn't, though. I factored my time that I spent going to the fabric store, doing all the cutting the materials, processing it, and so forth. I put it in the spreadsheet, and come to find out, I was paying people $5 to buy my product. Because many business owners that are just starting out don't factor in their time. We just don't. We're too busy working. And so that's the first part that a lot of business owners, believe it or not, even those that have been running, they just really haven't counted all the costs. And they don't
fully really know what it costs to actually run their business.
And they don't know what they're spending either.
Yeah.
They really don't know what they're spending. They might go to a trade show, they're paying for this, paying insurance. And so what I did when I first got my mentor, he had me sit down and document on a spreadsheet every expense. And then we went through it and we started cutting out, what is this for? Is it growing your business? Is it an asset that's contributing to income? And if it's not,
cut it out.
It's what I call a chore operation. There's core operation and chore operations. The core is what you need. Like your house needs electricity, your house needs water, your house needs the sewage to run property. These are core operations. The chores support those. You got to clean up, do stuff to help maintain. Financial management is a core operation of a business. Many business owners get stuck in the chores because it's busy work. It makes us feel like we're doing something. We tell people, hey, Tico, I'm busy. Irvans, oh, you have no idea how busy my week was. And it's something of a pride. And people look at it, they're busy.
But none of that is making you any money.
It's not making money. Yeah. Or we explore. That's another operation. We want to look for the newest tool, the newest AI tool, which is, even though I offer it now, I tell people, hey, relax a little bit. Chill out. Get your core operations set, because core operations are all systems. All of them. Get that set, and then you apply AI. And that's what you do. So I want to jump to answer your question. Business took off. I had my market. It went from parents to noticing that certain people are buying multiple bibs. And then I was like, wait, these are daycare centers? And I changed all my marketing now. This is the opportunity. My opportunity went from parents to daycare centers now. Parents still bought, but you have to find that niche. Daycare centers, it's recurring revenue.
And volume.
Reoccurring revenue and volume, right? And we were the only manufacturer of toddler bibs in the United States that actually give them the option to buy the colors they want. So we found the niche, and I recommend everyone has heard it, niche down, because then you can really serve your market. And that took off. We got calls from hospitals, the Children's Hospital, it's called CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, custom-made bibs for them. Franchises, the military child development centers. We were USA made, so we fit that bill. And so this guy from West Kendall here in Miami with this little idea of a T-shirt grew into a company that's supplying military child development centers, children's hospitals, when I cut out the busy work and focused on what really mattered and grew my business. And so as Amazon grew, everybody knows Amazon grew over the years. To answer your question, I'm looking at the competition. Amazon is changing now internally as far as the relationship with sellers. They have their own products. There's a consolidation of businesses. The private equity and venture capitalists are buying businesses. That's who bought mine, was somebody who was successful and just gobbling up businesses, because the pay is better for them. So it doesn't get eaten up by inflation. They're just using it as a tool to keep the value of their money, right? For different reasons. And so I looked at the competition and I asked myself, am I able to sustain this till retirement? Right? I'm in my mid-40s. Am I going to be able to compete? Do I have enough barrier moat around me? I'm competing globally. Yeah. And so when I'm factoring all these questions,
that helped decide in terms of
it just made sense. The math made sense.
Do I sell or don't sell?
And then the valuation. I had a number in my head. I was like, okay, if it's this, then I'll be happy with, right? That's what it was. I had a number and said, look, if it's this, I'll be happy. And it was way above that. and that's what made it, and that's what it made it easy. And it also closed the loop. It's like my mentor told me, you're going to end it on your own terms. It's going to end slowly, which a lot of businesses go and end slowly. It can end fast. Something happens on these marketplaces, online,
Yeah. Somebody comes out
and then my company, and then the company's not worth anything.
Yeah.
So the numbers were great on paper. I mean, the company was snatched up within 24 hours with multiple bidders on it.
How did you take it to market?
So this is when you're talking about online businesses, they have these brokers. This one was called Empire Flippers. There's about 2 or 3, but Empire Flippers is the biggest broker specifically for online businesses because they need to connect into the back end on Amazon, Walmart, Shopify's, and really pull a lot of data to make sure that,
That's how they evaluate the business.
Yeah, that's how they evaluate. And because they do the math. They look at the core and they strip out all the nonsense, all the stuff that's not core. Right. So like my marketing dollars doesn't really count, towards that, towards my expenses because your marketing idea might be different than my marketing ideas.
Right.
And so they consider all the factors and then they give you valuation. The highest valuation could be a 52 multiple. And I didn't know what it means. So if anyone's watching, don't feel bad what it means. So the way they do it is, they look at your monthly net profit. And so they do an average of the last 12 months. And then they give a multiple to it. And so the highest was 52. Mine was at a 47. And then there's a lot of others that are like, 35 that sold and stuff like that. So it was at a high valuation.
That's fascinating. I also commend you for one, understanding and knowing to ask for help. I think a lot of times as small business owners, we don't always think to do that. So I commend you for that and being able to, like Tico say, take it through the full cycle and get to the other end and selling it. Couple quick questions for you. What are the top 3 things you would wish the small businesses you support now knew before they came to you?
Number 1, you got to know yourself. I like certain kind of energy drinks, and as a business owner, they need to know they have a compulsion, a good one, which is to work. And that compulsion to want to work, to want to do, to want to use your hands, they need to know they have that. Because although it's good to get the work done, it's not building the business. A business is an entity in itself. And we want to just make ourselves a component of that entity. I had to make myself a paid person within that entity. Just if I were to hire myself, if I was to hire someone in my position, what would I pay them? I paid myself as someone who sold when I first started. I had to factor in those costs. So they needed to know themselves. Number 2, keep your ears and eyes open. There's value everywhere. When you own a business, everyone has ideas and they come tell you stuff and they're like, hey, have you thought about this?
And be able to recognize it.
Yeah. And a lot of it's nonsense. You're like, you're going to want to bite your tongue and just be like, I thought of that. I thought of that. But they're not. So I listen a lot. When clients come, I listen because I don't know. I don't know where they're at. I don't know the circumstance. I don't know what their life, is at home. All that matters. And so number 2 is keep your ears open more than you talk. I'm talking a lot now because I'm on a podcast. My son has told me stuff. I almost fired my employee. My son has told me stuff because the whole batch was wrong. I had like thousands of dollars, like bad reviews because they put 2 of the same buttons on the bibs and it couldn't close. And I just ran it by him. I said, hey, what do you think? And he was like 6 years old. And he goes, at this time, and he goes, no, you should be nice. And everybody makes mistakes. Because I was heated. It's your business.
Yes.
I was heated. And he brought me back to reality. He never made the mistake again. And so that number 2 is keep your ears open. I look at everywhere. If cameras weren't here, I'm looking all around the room. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at books because you're feeding your brain data and our brains are wonderful, and it would do stuff on its own. Ideas come from all different kinds of places. Information. Keep your eyes and ears open. Number 2, and number 3. It's going to be hard and messy, and that's okay. I mean, look at this now. This is the first time that you're in this room because of, whatever, because I'm here. It's a special occasion.
You were a technical difficulty.
But things happen, and it's part of the process. And you never know what's going to become of it. When my guy messed up, I always wanted to change from a 5-pack to a 4-pack because of the numbers to get it below $20, but always been scared to because I have to pull all my inventory out of the warehouses from Walmart.
But with that mistake, everything blew up anyway. So.
It blew up, so I had to recall it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it increased production by 25%. And it brought the price point down to where it's like under $20, $19.99. People are like, oh, this is great. And it increased sales.
Yeah.
From a mistake. So it's messy. And I love the way you guys just rolled with it. You're in this room now, and the mistakes are going to happen. It's inherent. There's no way to escape it. And just to keep going and be humble. So those are the 3.
How would you describe your coaching philosophy?
Listen. I've had coaches or even taking some courses, and it's just immediate advice. I even hesitate to give advice here, but I have to say something. People are just telling you stuff without context. Because even the same thing in different circumstances, in different contexts, you know what I mean? It's only different solutions. And so I listen to their story, where they're at. I look for behaviors, because a lot of it's behavioral. Yeah. Right? When we want to lose weight, well, now we got a shot. But, it's behavioral. It's what we do when we wake up and what we do with our spare time.
And shot can only go so far, too. You still need to go exercise and do things, too. It's like...
And eat the right food, right?
Yeah.
And eat the right food. So, and behaviors and to manage them, because it's what's the saying that our best quality is usually it's also our crutch as well. It's on both sides. So it's it's a gift, and it just needs to be managed to a certain extent, right? I think you guys do it well, right? You guys are a lot of energy. You need it. I was missing somebody like you in my business because I'm quiet. Typically, it might not seem like it, but you need someone like this. This is the face man. But then you also need the person who's has a different complementary skill.
The smart one. You need the
He's my favorite
one and the smart one. I get you.
He's my favorite hype man. I only listen to every third word he says. Don't worry about him.
It's they're both genius ways of doing things. It's just done differently. Introvert, extroverts. Extroverts think out loud. They need that conversation to think. Introverts need time to sit and process information, and then they'll come back and say something. Both extremely valuable. 4th piece of advice, probably the most important: don't do it alone. Don't do what I did. Don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Look for someone that complements you, and be willing to give up equity if you need to. But it's so much better with somebody else, right? Oh, it's so much better.
Yes. Irvans had to give up airtime to have me here with him. And same with me. Yes, much better. If I had to do this alone, I would have already quit.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done it either.
But listening to him, I'm listening. Did you notice? I have barely spoken because I'm listening to him. And you're inspiring me, because I told you got me at the right time, because I'm dealing with everything that you've talked about and everything that you're saying. One of the biggest things that you kept insinuating but didn't actually say is fear. Fear is the thing that stops everything. Yeah. And the fact that you did what you did with 2 young kids, single father, that right there, you beat fear. And I'm sure your mentor came along and helped you with that one, because the fear of failure, you can't afford to fail. I have 2 kids. I can't. I should stay here and be a cook. The fear of, losing all your money. And then when you were going to sell, the fear, is it the right time? Is it the wrong time? All that. All the fears what usually stops all of that from happening. And then everything that you've been saying now about, I think and not do it alone. And I have someone there that's sitting there waiting to help, but I try to do it all on myself and just try to manage everything. And again, you killed me with the chores comment. and doing the chores because I think that's what I'm doing. I'm getting up at 4 a.m. to go do my chores before coming here to do the podcast, to then run back and do more chores. Where I used to have it that I had people doing all that work, and it had me. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the people I had before, helping me and having the help. Now they had to go. They moved on because usually I bring in people to teach them and put them in a better position. And right now I decided I'm just going to do it on my own because I don't need somebody else. And it's the biggest mistake I've made in a long time.
Right.
Because I'm losing it. But you see, God gives you what you need, and you put them in this chair in the more comfortable type of position. Over there, maybe I would have taken you for granted in the old studio because it's, repetitive. But having you sitting here, like if we're in our living room talking, you have become my secret mentor, secret coach and I'm not paying you for it, so don't even think about it.
Right.
So don't send me a bill because I got it for free because
Tico,
you're on the podcast.
That's important. Like, he's being humble, right? I think you've been in business longer than I have. I think you've been in business, family business, quite a while, and he's still listening. I mean, look at that, right? And he's listening. It doesn't matter, who. You should commend yourself for that. It's a perpetual thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's not something that we master. It's okay. Oh, let me recalibrate. Chores. I'm here, coaching people, right? Yeah. Do what I say, don't do what I do, right? Because I get caught up in chores. My thing is ideas. I'm an idea guy, and I follow it quick. I go and I start exploring the opportunity quick. That's great because I don't procrastinate, but I got to watch out because I'm doing one business. When I'm mentoring somebody, I'm like, this is great. This is great. Oh, they need someone like me to do the operation side and cut out. And now I want to be Shark Tank. I'm like, I want to invest in your business. I want to be. It's a temptation. Yeah. And even though that's noble and it's probably a way to do it, I get carried away with it, and I have to manage that and tame that lion side. So it's a process and it's ongoing.
But there's so many people. You wouldn't believe how many people are out there because we see them, we visit them, we go with them that but they're bogged down because of the chores. Yeah. I'm going to keep that word. I'm going to use that word in my future speeches and advice giving. They get stuck on the chore and they're there. And
it's an interesting word, chores, because everyone thinks like it's the business or you're working, but the reality, it is chores. And chores in the household sense is usually, and you don't look at it that way. But if you do use it in the business context, maybe we will look at that type of work differently as well, because more often than not, that's something you want to get somebody to help you with.
Absolutely.
And then you identify it as that. But if it's just business as part of the business, then sure, I need to do it all.
But it applies to home too.
Yeah.
Because you have your chores at home. Yeah, I can go outside and cut my own grass.
Right.
Yeah, I can go and come inside and clean the house and do the laundry. But what is that doing? It's destroying the reason that I have my home, which is my family, my life. Yeah. Right? Because if you're spending your whole weekend, I've been doing this too at home. No. I can do this on my own. I can do this. And then do it on my own. My garage door broke. I was going to try to fix it myself. I go, what are you doing? I'm going to spend 2 days. It's going to affect my business because I'm not going to be able to work. It's going to affect my marriage.
You could call one guy and do it for 4 hours instead of
going to Lowe's and Home Depot.
Literally. I called the guy on the door because it's literally the number. I just called. And I didn't even have to go home. He showed up, went in, had the code, poof, next thing I know, it's done and it's all set up. Now I can open my garage door from my phone. 4 hours, and it was...
Yeah.
But those type of things are things that you don't think. You think you're doing better by trying to do it on your own. You imagine I would have been here today full of grease for sure because he had to change all the springs. He changed everything. So, and then that applies to the business as well. And I'm doing that. I'm guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, you're going to come with me now. I'm going to tell you everything I'm doing. And you're going to smack me and say, why are you doing this? Doesn't make any sense.
And then there's additional ones. So there's the core, the chores, and then there's the explore, right? The explorer is me. The explorer, exploring new ideas. And the last one is want more.
Yes.
We do it on our houses. Look at Amazon. It's 2 a.m. We're on Amazon scrolling. I want this. I want this in my business. We haven't figured out the core part of our business. We're stuck doing chores, and then we just want more. I want to get the the new laptop that has like 2 screens and an alien that comes out and tells me everything to do. I need to get a new TV. I need to get a better camera. I need to get the new iPhone. And it feels like we're doing something. We're spending. It looks nice. We tell people. They look at us nice, and they go, "That's very nice. That's very nice." And it's not growing our business. It's actually taking money
because you're getting it before you even.
And I know someone personally who that's not me. The want more. I default just to exploring and doing everything myself. Jack of all trades. but yeah, that one drains a lot of finances. The chores it drains time. The want more drains money.
Yeah.
And
Understand.
expensive.
You know what I like about this studio? The other one, it's like a little clock, right? And I'm responsible for it. But in this one, we got that big giant thing over there. You see what it says
big
over there?
countdown
Bob? What does it say right there? Zero.
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 That means we
Talking too much.
went past time.
Yeah.
And any minute now, Alex will start throwing stuff at me. Our producer, he will throw things at me if I don't end it. But I knew this conversation was going to be
That's
good.
great.
And I don't want it to stop, but we have to or we'll get in trouble. John, thank you so much. A pleasure. Tell everybody about you and how to find you. So that
How do we find
because
your?
if not, they're not going to know how to get hold
How
of
do
you.
we find
My
your
name on the
services?
screen. My name's
It
on the
was,
screen.
but
It's
tell 'em anyways.
johnkendale.com. JOHN
Oh, there you go.
KENDALE.com.
All right, yeah, that's perfect.
Reach
You
out.
have your own website. I
And
like
you
it.
should totally sign up on the Strive305 website as a resource as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then when people research
Okay.
coach, because again, that's why we're here. I forgot.
And
Strive
listeners,
305.
take advantage of the resources. Strive 305 network. Get involved. Everything that Miami-Dade has to offer. What our mayor's doing. Get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Because that's where your ideas, your thoughts, and
Connect with other like-minded people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna come from. I'll shut up now.
Very cool.
Thanks,
Very
guys.
good. Thank you very much, Irvans. Thank you again. You're the
Thank
best.
you, Tico.
Alex, thank you back there. And yes, I'm sorry for going over time. We're done, everybody. Love you all. See you next time.
Maybe here, maybe not. We'll find.